Flashback.
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. You need a minute.
Kidnapping them?
Is this the Biden effect? We saw White
Right.
House get run by aides for a number of years. We didn't see any accountability, not to the media, not demanded by the media, and they just coasted along.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got to talk about this guy, Glitch McConnell, not doing well at all. And I call him Glitch McConnell because this guy has been glitching out for quite some time.
Senator. Benny.
okay.
Somebody else have a question? Please speak up.
Now, I wouldn't be speaking out against this man if he wasn't so old and needing to step down, but this guy is in his 80s. He's like 84. I think, didn't Trump just turn 80? But I mean, this guy acts like he's young and spry. He acts like he has more energy than I do, whereas you got guys like Sleepy Joe and you got Glitch McConnell over here making fools of themselves. McConnell's falling up and down stairs just like Joe Biden.
I feel sorry for Mitch. And I was one of the people that he wanted to go to the end and he wanted to stay leader. He's not equipped mentally. He wasn't equipped 10 years ago mentally, in my opinion.
And when you look at the time frame, it does not paint a good picture. This guy has been literally in the hospital, hospitalized and on advanced life support since June 14th.
It appears, based on their presence, that Senator Mitch McConnell is still here at George Washington University Hospital. So here's what we know. We know that based on the EMS fire dispatch audio, that someone had called the ambulance and alerted the paramedics, alerted the dispatcher that they needed to go to Senator Mitch McConnell's home. He was unconscious, and whatever details was actually given to the paramedics and to the dispatch required them to ensure that that medic unit came with advanced life support measures, the ability to almost be an emergency room on wheels. Again, Senator Mitch McConnell is 84 years old and bouncing back from not one but two hospital stays, one of which is confirmed in the intensive care unit, is not something that I believe he's going to personally bounce back from.
Guys, today's July 1st. I mean, this guy, it's been weeks. How did everybody miss this story? This has been really under the radar. Instead, they're too busy talking about freaking reflecting pools and a bunch of other stupid nonsense about Trump. They're so Trump obsessed. They're not talking about something. This is a big deal that you have a person who apparently literally might be brain dead. A lot of the time they said he was like unconscious in his apartment. And he was found unconscious in his apartment, so who knows how long he was there. But I'm presuming he's probably still alive, but maybe he fell and like hurt himself, hit his head, could have broke something. I mean, he clearly was in very bad condition for years now, so who knows if he suffered some sort of fall and nobody was present with him. Oh man, this guy's in horrible condition. And to make matters worse, it affects everybody. This is the thing that sucks about having some of these old farts in these high positions, especially in Congress, because they can't even impeach and remove this guy.
So anything that's pending right now that needs to be passed before they go away, which is in 2 weeks, is sitting there because Mitch McConnell, unfortunately for him, and I guess sadly those who continue to vote for people that are really elderly with health ailments, and of course we pray for him, we don't want anything bad to happen to him, but this sort of seems to be the problem when it comes to continuing to elect these advanced in age individuals.
Well, it's something that the constituents back in Kentucky need to really think about. And also we look at other aging senators, such as Senator Chuck Schumer, who's the minority leader. And we need to be thinking, is this somebody we should be re-electing in 2028?
When we got there, it was, she said the word unconscious twice, and that was at his,
That was at his address, his home address. So basically, the dispatcher was saying that they needed a medic to come to that address, that patient was found unconscious, and that they needed advanced life support to be in that paramedic vehicle.
right, that's pretty scary. How old was Senator McConnell?
He's 84.
He's 84, and he's very unhealthy and very unwell, and we pray that he recovers and that he is able to do the things that other 84-year-olds do, which generally isn't stick around the government. He's not running for re-election.
No, he's not. And so that was the other issue sort of here, is that he's not running for re-election, but if he is unable or incapable of serving the remainder of his term here through the 119th Congress, there's really no legally tested way of removing him. So essentially he has to either gain consciousness and resign, or he has to pass away. So there is a way to expel.
They can't just really.
No, unlike the president that has a 25th Amendment where you could be deemed incapable and removed, nothing exists for the Senate.
So what if he, this happens to a lot of people in that age bracket, like he doesn't regain consciousness and his family has to make decisions for him?
So unfortunately, the office of a senator, it's a constitutional office. So even if he were to have a power of an attorney or he were to have a conservatorship, those are sort of state level legal authorities. They do not have the power or ability to resign a senator.
So he would have to move on to the next realm, basically, in order for that seat to be filled if he's unconscious right now, or he'd have to regain consciousness.
Resign.
He resigned.
And McConnell is, to be honest with you, no real friend of mine, even though I'll give him credit for voting yes on the big, beautiful bill, the Save America Act. He's refused to vote yes on not even a single time. He's voted with the Democrats. He's one of the reasons why we can't get secure elections. Everybody knows that as a man, your value to the world is what services you're providing. And maybe McConnell had a great life of service. But at this point, in my opinion, he's nothing but a hindrance. You need to get somebody younger up in here. I'm not saying that I want McConnell to just croak or anything. I mean, God rest his soul if that's, the current situation or what's about to happen, because he is pretty dang old and, it just seems like, age is just getting to him. It comes for us all. But he needs to go ahead and step down. Like, why hold on? It doesn't mean that your life is over when you quit. Okay, it's okay to retire and just live life doing something else, or you can still work and do something. You don't have to just be in Congress opposing Trump all the time. That's pretty much his only life mission at this point, is just oppose things that Trump proposes, that no other Republican opposes, hardly, except for maybe Rand Paul and Thomas Massey, like stupid people like that. Stupid when they feel like being stupid.
We talk a lot about institutions in Washington, but isn't one of the most basic norms and institutions that an elected official has to be physically and mentally capable of doing the job? Where is the institutional safeguard when someone simply won't let go?
You bring up such a great point, and the thing is this the Biden effect? We saw a White House get run by aides for a number of years. We didn't see any accountability, not to the media, not demanded by the media, and they just coasted along. So now do lower politicians think, hey, what the heck? Because you've got McConnell supposedly operating from the hospital room, but it's his aides most likely who are doing it, unelected staff. But also, remember the Wall Street Journal story today, I believe, New Jersey Congressman Tom Keene Jr. missed 140 votes, disappeared March 5th. There was no explanation at all until he came back and said, hey, I was diagnosed with depression and I stayed in the hospital. I think that's clearly wrong. And the American people are owed an explanation of your whereabouts. And with AI going on now, in 5 years, we're going to be unable to tell. I think something needs to be done. I'm not sure what.
But guys, prayers for McConnell, but he needs to get the hell up out of Congress, because I'm not trying to be so worried about his health that I'm not putting McConnell's health over the welfare of the country. Okay, we need to get somebody in there who's going to vote yes to save American elections in this country. Not somebody who's just going to keep voting no because they want to stand on some sort of freaking soapbox, guys. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Shout out to my members, patrons, and fellow anomalies, Cyber Noodle, 655, The Great, Bella Scott, Carpentier John, and Pinecone 6. I appreciate you guys every single day.
He wasn't equipped 10 years ago mentally, in my opinion. He'd let the Republican Party go to hell. If I didn't come along, the Republican Party wouldn't even exist right now. Mitch McConnell never really had it.